Figured I would pop in with another video. We did just get season rewards. So we got um rank 2 for the server. Um, Oops. Did give us a nice 8,300 gems. Couple of chests, which is pretty nice. Um let's see. Guild raid rewards. We got a bit. Was in the other guild that I was in. This account's now been sitting in the main unbalanced guild, so we'll be getting those first place rank rewards here. It looks like. I did go ahead and pick up a few more chest bundles as well, just because new month's coming in, so figured might pull these, see what I get, and decide if I want to buy next month's too. But let's see, where are we at? I think we got a couple of upgrades in our sacred hall, which is nice. We're still sitting pretty nice. If we could hit some 6-star yellow enchants, that would be wonderful. So we'll have to see what we can pull here. But go ahead and start ripping on those. And then we're kind of starting to get close to being able to hit global leaderboard on this account. I'll have to show the arena rankings here, but I think I was getting somewhere. I think I would kind of fluctuate between like 80s and 70s on the rankings for global leaderboard. So I think we need to hit top 50 to make it on there. So that was a little bit of the goal also, hopefully. Just realized. For some reason, I don't think LD player wants to play audio for me. Well, I guess we will just go without audio for this video. I don't think we're gonna get quite as lucky today with our polls as we did last. Getting those 2 ascendants was pretty big. I have not had good luck with ascendant polls. And even then, celestial polls are still pretty low overall. I don't think we'll hit 14 yet either. I think we're still a ways off on that. Coming in with a nice one-hander and a shield. Melee helmet. I like it. There was one point in the series where I think it was right before Tesla was coming out. I was really debating seeing if it was possible to get the account restricted to only melee equipment. Would have made it more melee pulls, but then it really would have limited the account only to. I don't even know if it's something that the devs could or would do, but it was a thought that was crossing my mind when I was doing it Musashi only. But decided against even trying to ask. Didn't want to complicate things too much. Plus, always kind of entertaining to get to add in the new characters and kind of see how it changes dynamics. Um, it would have limited things a little bit more with only running Musashi, so yep. And get a nice celestial pull. All right. Got a few more chests to go through. I think we're gonna be getting some disappointing results from these this session's polls. I was hoping we were gonna be able to rank up a little more from it, but guess not. We'll see what we get. But yeah, I don't know. I know I've kind of heard some different things. I don't know exactly what to do in terms of content for this game. I know I had one person suggesting trying to do tier lists, which I might look into. Kind of, at least my take on it. I know anytime you do a tier list for this game, everyone has their own opinions that they'll throw out there and all that. So that's why I've kind of been against the tier list for this, just because I don't know. Everyone holds their own opinions on what's better and not. But generally, I think the what's kind of top is generally accepted by most people. Just where people place stuff might be different, but yeah. So I might try and look into slash work on that. Um, I know there's a few other guides that I've potentially thought about doing, but I just haven't. I've always kind of meant to do a Crusades one, but honestly, half the time when I'm trying to change between my Crusades worlds and everything, I end up with crashes and stuff, so it's just like, but I don't know if that's just from trying to, having my PC running so much. I might have to try and reset it before running that. I don't know if that would reduce it. Just because I know I run my emulators pretty hard to auto my arena battles, so yeah, it's if anyone has suggestions on something that they want to see, we can definitely look at it. Um, just because I don't know, having a direction with what people want to see in terms of content or what might help people out would be, I think, probably a good thing to try and touch on. So, ooh, all right. We'll happily take the Celestial one hander. And looks like we're going to be finishing off with some disappointing results. So, woo. See what it looks like when I go to craft. I think we might still get a few ascendants just because of all the gear I had stacked up, but so what we get: two-hander, melee helmet, melee armor, and then the ranged helmet. So it's all right. It's pretty good. Crafting runs a little bit slow once you pull too much. Has to do some thinking to figure out. Let's see. Ooh. Atom damage, lightning. Okay. So, reason I want this two-hander is just the armor break enchant. Um, deal 25% of current enemy armor with every third hit. It's a nice little enchant for. I think we might go the cybernetic one here this time. That enchant's very useful on the late stage guild bosses. Helps helps shred through their armor really quick, so that you can rack up some more kills. It can also help out with your like, I know this week we had the Noble Tower event, which we might take a look at that here. Kind of show you how far I made it. But that armor shred can be very nice. I know 103, I believe, was the stage a lot of people were getting stuck on. In terms of the higher tiered players, global. So, you can see I made it past. I made it up to 106. I was able to get Colbeck to repeat my build to make it up there. I don't think I was able to get Zizota Who or Werewindle to try it out. I think they were fine with just running it to 102 and calling it there. I know we were trying to work on getting a few other people up past it, but we had a few attempts that were close, but didn't necessarily get everyone there. My account, I'm stuck on 99 right now. Floor 98 was very heavily RNG based for me. I can show you real quick. So I was just lining up my characters on either side of Musashi. Reason I wanted my archers up front was it's a ranged unit, so they still had to kind of try and run up. So that's why I tried to frontline everything. And if I didn't have my Musashi lined up right there with them, he would sometimes actually just shoot one of my backline mages and kill him right off the bat like that. So I had to place him on either side of Musashi so that he could act as a wall. And then it's literally just trying to play for the RNG dodge off of him having the two one-handers. So here we're starting to get some of that dodge run. Clearly wasn't enough. But I think I got in the run I actually cleared it. And some of the other runs that got close, he had to survive long enough that he actually got two dashes off. So he would dash once back here and then once back to the front. So as you can see, he's not even getting one dash off most of the time. So it was a lot of RNG to pass this stage. And then going to 99, I might be able to pass this if I ran it enough. But I believe this stage is also that exact same kind of scenario. But even harder because the boss is now hitting harder. And then I don't know if he has a different skill or what. He probably has a different skill of one of the other heroes that might make it a little more difficult too, but I kind of gave up on trying to run it and push that extra stage out of it. I just took what I could. um, so it secures my second place pretty easily there. Still have 157 up there ahead of us. Looks like he made it to that 102, which I don't think I'd be passing 103 on this account. Because I would need a few additional characters. I guess I can go ahead and just mention the strategy that it was. It was actually running Musashi with a two-hander, Ishtar, Cupid, Mad Hatter, and then or the Hatter and Aphrodite. That combo, the Aphrodite, let's see. Shields. Let's trying to remember exactly what all the different things are. Oh, I guess I can't even go over the skills either that everything does for her. But basically, a few of them will debuff, make the target take more damage. A few of them reduce the damage that you take or that they would deal to you. Because I think Cupid is he reduces the damage that the enemy will deal. Ishtar will actually reduce the damage that your team takes and will stun if they walk up into melee range. Hatter can like increase your defense and cast heals. So that's very helpful. And then Musashi, when he's running the two-hand equipment, he gains 30% damage reduction as well, and 50% bonus damage with a two-hand weapon. So we were kind of running damage reduction on damage reduction on damage reduction to kind of try and get the most out of it, because if you ran that 103 stage event, it does a lot of damage. It activates Heimdall passive skill or whatever, where he does some like team wide damage, and that is really rough to try and tank and eat all that. So that's kind of where that ended up landing. I guess the aesthetics don't quite matter on these since I already have the pieces that I'm using crafted up, but still going through and doing it. Why not? Army equipment. Move, remove. And then if you didn't already know how the enchant system works here as well, um, you'll see right now that these are all level 1. If you were to get your pieces up to 6-star yellow, it actually levels up your enchant to the second level. And then there's a third level if you hit 6-star red, which that would take 3 additional pieces from 6-star yellow. Because from base, it gives you 3 stars for yellow. Once you're doing red stars, you only get 2 red stars from each piece that you're merging. And then blue stars, is just kind of a bit extra. You don't actually get an enchant level up for hitting blue star 6. So it's probably the most kind of useless of the upgrades, just because it's not giving you that extra perk of increasing your enchants farther. If you did get an enchant level 4 from blue 6, I would definitely be a lot more tempted to have been pulling more of my chests that I have stashed up on my main account. But since it kind of maxes out at red 6-star, um, it's kind of the break point where you get the most benefit out of it. So typically, I would suggest taking everything up to yellow 6 first and then working pieces up to red 6 after. Like, typically having like 2 sets of each gear. On this account right now, all I need is the 1 set, so it's kind of nice. But yeah, that's some more upgrades for us. I can probably run some more enchants as well, but for now, in arenas, right now we're sitting at 6,975. Um, I was hitting as high as like 7,200. So I mean, we should be able to climb more again now that we've got our gear upgraded. Looks like this fight's a Musashi fight. Oftentimes our backline kind of stays up anymore that with the Ishtar, just because she'll kind of stun the enemies that walk up to him now. So there you saw he ate a stun and then they were able to finish him off. Tesla still died, but oftentimes Ishtar can kind of stay up. So she's definitely a very nice unit to have. Tesla's kind of just another body to target, really. He's got some nice damage output if he can survive and get his skills up, but it's kind of hard to actually get him rolling to where he should be, which is why he's just kind of been at a bad spot always ever since he released, since they did the official launch here. I think he had a lot more broken ability back in beta when they first released him, where he had some invulnerability as well. But I think that made him way overpowered, where he was like clearly the top mage to run for a little bit. But I know back in the beta days, there was a lot of characters that were kind of really broken, and they would end up nerfing afterwards and then releasing another just as broken. So they've kind of been doing a lot better with balances here with the re-release. It still would have been nice to see Tesla just a little bit more useful. He can be an alternative for Guild Boss, but he's still just not quite as good as your Hao Yi and your Bloody Mary, for example. So, yeah, it's just kind of where we fall with all that. Sorry if this has kind of been a longer video. I've just been rambling a little bit here. Whether you guys like that or not, can let me know. I can always just cut back to just doing more direct content and polls, maybe trying to show a little more of the different stages and where we're at. We can see if we can push more campaign. I think I stalled out here a little bit. We've definitely gotten some gear upgrades since then, so I think we can probably take it a bit farther. There, we just cleared 320 pretty easily, so yeah, looks like we'll get some more stage pushing out of it, so we'll have to run all this and see how far we can make it, but yeah. Main thing's gonna be seeing how far Arena can push, because like I said, that goal is hopefully to hit that leaderboard here. Sitting at number 83 right now. Bottom ranked player is 8,197 trophies right now. He's actually got less power than us, in theory, so heck, maybe we see what a battle looks like against him. Yeah, it doesn't quite go too well for us. I guess that'll happen when you're running 3 characters versus 5. Get a couple nice increases here. Let's see what we got. Well, I guess we can pull some of those. Let's see, I'm looking for my gold income. So we could pull these for a few Q worth of gold, but ultimately I kind of always end up hanging on to them just because I'm like, it'll give me more value once I level up my training dummies more. But of course, there'll always be a future to increase in your training dummies, so I guess it's kind of always up to the person on whether they pull their gold tokens or not. So At some point, I'll probably pull them just to be able to increase that equipment level. Because what right now, my med set doesn't really have any uh, reforges on it. Got a couple on my melee, as well as a few on my archer set. So yeah, that's just kind of where things have fallen. But anyway, thanks for watching. I know I was definitely rambling on. Got a few chests to pull real quick. Why not? Not like we're gonna hit anything. But I hope everyone has an enjoyable week here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.